Hello all, I Chief Ganesh Shirode welcome you all for this digital marketing masterclass. So before we dive into how to, let us understand why. Why? Because we are living in such an era where the customer's journey it is going to start online 90% of the time. So digital marketing is now not only a trend but it is a primary way through which the businesses are going to survive. So in chapter 1, we are going to look at the core concepts. Now, which core concepts? The transition from your traditional interruption marketing to the digital inbound marketing. We are going to cover various channels in this chapter, like your search engines, your social media, your emails, your paid advertising, and the trends of 2026, like your AI driven personalization, and by end of this session, you will see how these pieces fit into one high performing engine. So are you ready? Let us start. So first and foremost, validation and the home base is to be understood. So in chapter 2, where most people fail, they build a product. Now see, try to understand whenever you are building a product, you are required to think from all the perspectives. So whenever they build a product, before checking if anyone wants it, so in this phase, we are going to tackle the biggest mistake, that is building without researching. Why? Because research is very important before you introduce any product in the market. So in this, we are going to use the market research tools to validate the business ideas first. Now, once it is validated, we need a home base. So we generally use WordPress. Why? Because while social media platforms are rented land, where the rules changes daily. Our own website, it is the digital headquarter, the only place where we have full control over our SEO, our branding and our customer data. Now SEO is frankly winning the search game is what I generally say. So this is our chapter 3. So in chapter 3, if we are not on the first page of Google, that is page 1 of Google, we don't exist for our customers. So SEO, this is the art of showing up exactly when a customer has a problem. So generally we break this into three areas. What are these three areas? First is the keyword research. So this is the bridge in between the user's intent and our solution. Then there is the on-page SEO and off-page SEO. So making our content easy for both humans and Google to read is your on-page SEO, and your off-page SEO is building our online reputation through authority and backlinks. So we should always remember that SEO is not about tricking Google. It is about providing the best answer to a user's question. So in detail, we are going to study in chapter 3. Then comes your social media and planning. That is your chapter 4. So, but obviously, everyone sitting here, you are using social media platforms. You know the pros and cons of social media, and frankly, now I'll tell you one thing that we think that we are nothing without social media. But yes, we should always be careful whenever we are using any social media platform. So moving to social media, most businesses they randomly post and they hope for the best. Now you think whether this is possible that you're just posting and you're hoping that best is going to happen. So generally this is not to be done. We should always choose platforms which is based on our audience. So who is our audience? According to that, we are going to choose the platform. So example, it can be LinkedIn for your B2B, it can be Instagram for your B2C. So here the secret is content planning. So if we are able to plan our content, then that is the success mode we can definitely achieve. So we need a calendar. So we are not waking up every morning wondering what to do. It should be pre-planned. That what we are going to post on which date, at what time, on which platform, and what results we expect from it, and what results we are actually getting. So here, consistency is going to be the intensity every time. So consistency, it creates trust, and trust automatically is going to create sales for us. So, but obviously consistency in every mode. Now, in your studies, if you are consistent enough, you get good results. Same is with the products. If we are having consistency, it is going to create trust in our consumers, and the trust is automatically going to get converted into sales. Now, as per your opinion, which platform do you think is hardest to master? Whether it is SEO or social media? Just think over it, whatever answer you are having. Then comes the scaling and content. Now, we are willing to scale. We are willing to increase our sales. So here we can use email and we can use paid ads. So this is our chapter 5 and chapter 6. So if, for example, our Instagram account gets deleted tomorrow, whether we still have a business? Do you think so? So chapter 5 is about email marketing. This is where the profit lives. Why? Because this is a channel where directly or privately you can contact your customers. So it is the only channel where you have a direct private line to your customer. So we focus on building list and setting up automation to nurture leads while we. So this is again a stage of planning where you're going to focus on building list, the email marketing where personally you're contacting your consumers. So you're going to build a list and you're going to set up automation. It is not possible for you to send email to each and every person personally. So we should have some kind of automation. So we are going to develop this automation to nurture whenever we are asleep. This is going to work for us. So, but there is one drawback in this. If we need speed, we need it quick, we need it fast, because nowadays, as we don't have that much of patience, everything is to be available instantly is what we feel. So if we need speed, then your chapter 6, which talks about paid advertising, is going to help us to understand. So Google ads, they captures people actively searching. Facebook ad, they target people based on their interest. So secret here is budgeting. Again, everything revolves around money. So if we can't measure the ROI, we should not be running ads. We should first understand that what will be the return on whatever amount we are investing. And then and only then we are going to run the ads. So whenever we need quick, we need instant results. Paid advertising, they help. So Google Ads, they generally capture people who are actively searching for any product or any specific service, while Facebook ad, they target people based on their interest. What interest the person is having, according to that, these ads are going to work. Now be honest, okay? On scale of 1 to 10, if I ask you a question that how much do you personally trust ads which you see on your feed, you'll get your answer that whether you trust these ads or whether you just scroll from these ads and you feel that these ads are not at all helpful and not at all they are going to work for anything. So on scale of 1 to 10, you can definitely think of it. Then comes your content and video, that is chapter 7. So content, again, it is fuel for everything whatever we have discussed. If you are having good content, your product is going to get a very good demand. Your services are going to get good demand. So basically, we should work on content, right? Because this is the base. This is the main thing on which everything is dependent. So content is the fuel for everything. What we have discussed is the perfect statement which we are discussing. So blogging, it provides depth for your SEO. Copywriting provides the push for sales, and video, specifically your YouTube marketing, it provides trust. So video is the most powerful way to humanize your brand in 2026. So this is going to turn a cold lead into a warm relationship faster than any other medium. So whatever you see, you trust more than reading or listening. So videos, they help us to understand, and but obviously to humanize our brand. Videos are really very, very helpful. Now comes your data and strategy execution, where we are having analytics and integration. Your chapter 8 and 9 is going to cover this. So generally, if we see, numbers are not going to lie. Whatever numbers we see, they are going to give us the correct result. So numbers, they don't lie. So chapter 8, it is all about your Google Analytics. So we use this for interpreting various metrics and to see what is working. So if you are using various mediums, which medium is working, what are the numbers? Numbers are going to tell us actually which medium is helping us. For example, if you visit any exhibition at the registration counter, there is a column after your name and contact details that from where did you understand about this exhibition. Practical example I'm giving you. So generally, it can be newspapers, it can be your friends, it can be from any social media account, it is Facebook, or if it is specific, you have received any email or any message. So we write this. Why this is asked? Because they are going to analyze from it which medium is working good for them. So we generally use to interpret metrics and we are going to see what is working. 90% of the people are living on your checkout page, whether there is a marketing problem, answer is no. You don't have a marketing problem, but you are having a website problem. Hence, people are leaving from your checkout page. If there is a marketing problem, people are not going to come up to your checkout page also. As people are leaving from checkout page, we can say that we are having a website problem. So the data is going to give us the truth. It is going to explain us entire mechanism. So this is your chapter 8. In chapter 9, we are going to take all these pieces, whatever we have discussed. It is your SEO, it is your ads, it is your email, and we are going to integrate them into one digital marketing plan. So try to understand how this plan is going to include every component. So this is the blueprint which is going to ensure that our channels are not working in silos but as one cohesive strategy. See, it cannot be independent. We need to have it together. Then only it is going to help us. So this is a cohesive strategy which we are going to prepare through a digital marketing plan. Now, there are specific campaign reviews which are to be done. Your chapter 10 is going to talk about your live review and question answers. So, success in digital marketing, it is not about a single viral post that only my one post is getting good views, good likes, good comments. It does not mean that you are good in digital marketing. So, this success, it is not about a single viral post, but it is about an integrated system which is going to work 24 by 7. So we will look at real world examples. We are going to get feedback. We are going to assess our work. So there are many channels. A question from my what do you say? A question from me to you is, what is one channel which you feel you'll master first? Whether it is SEO, whether it is ads, whether it is social media. Now you have heard everything. So just imagine, visualize yourself and just ask yourself which channel you'll master first, which is easy, which is difficult, which is having good response. Every detailed part you'll be having in separate videos. I'm just giving you the overview of the chapters. So in every chapter, once you will go through that chapter, you'll understand in detail. But just keep in mind the channels which you feel that you can master first. So this is the overview. Now let us discuss some case studies. So these case studies, they are going to help us to understand the practical scenario, that how practically we are following various mechanisms, various marketing techniques. So the first case study which we are going to discuss is about Zomato integrated digital marketing strategy. Just go through the background and the discussion questions so that you'll understand that how we are going to discuss this. So first is the Zomato case study where we are having integrated digital marketing strategy. Go through it and wait for few seconds for you to read. So as we all know, Zomato, it operates in a highly competitive food delivery market. So having a mix of SEO, mix of social media, content marketing, email campaigns, push notifications, paid advertising. Now, why these all things are done? To attract the consumers, but also to retain the consumers. So this is the background of Zomato. Now we are going to discuss few questions. First, what digital marketing channel does Zomato use? As we are saying that it is a multi-channel digital marketing strategy. Now we'll recall what I told you in various chapters overview, that we prepare a plan. This plan is a cohesive plan. So, but obviously for Zomato, they are having a multi-channel digital marketing strategy, which includes SEO for organic discovery, social media platforms such as your Instagram for engagement, email push notifications for retention. We need to retain the consumers. For retention, we need email and push notifications, and paid ads for customer acquisition. But obviously, if we try to analyze, Zomato is using various marketing channels. Now, but obviously, they'll be analyzing which channel is working more effectively for them, which channel is good for marketing. But obviously, that analysis they are going to do, but they are not relying on a single channel. They are having multi-channel digital marketing strategy. Then integration of content marketing and social media, how this is done. So Zomato generally is using a humor-based content. You all must have observed this. So we get such messages which are having humor. So they generally have these humor-based content, or they talk about the trending topics, whatever are going on, and regional language post. This is done to increase the engagement. Now, this content is distributed through social media platforms, ensuring brand recall and virality. So, whenever they are going to integrate content marketing with the social media, they are going to look for the trending things, whatever are happening, and they are going to market according to these trends. They can be through any humor-based content or in regional language posts also, which is going to increase their engagement. Now, the customer retention strategy which Zomato is following, so they are relying on personalization. How? Through their app notifications, through their loyalty programs, like you are having Zomato Gold. There are various email reminders which we receive from Zomato. So these tools, they help us increasing the customer lifetime value, as in Zomato in this case, but obviously these tools are going to help increase the customer lifetime value, and this is how the customer retention strategy is followed by Zomato. Now, if we are required to give any suggestions, what suggestions do you think we can give to Zomato? So they can improve by using advanced analytics for predictive personalization. They can expand influencer collaborations to regional markets, which is definitely going to help them. So this is about Zomato. Just recall what we have discussed for Zomato. We move to the next case study. This is about the Zomato's integrated digital marketing strategy. Then second case study is about Amazon, where data-driven digital marketing is done. Go to the background and the questions. Guys, the entire thing. What answers do you think for these discussion questions do you have? I'll be discussing the answers, but obviously you can relate your thoughts with my thoughts, which I am discussing with you. Amazon data-driven digital marketing approach. So their data-driven marketing approach is what they are following by using analytics, AI, email marketing, personalized recommendations. This, but obviously to enhance the customer experience. So how they are using the data analytics in digital marketing. So they collect customer browsing and purchase data. This is to analyze the behavior and to predict the preferences. But obviously this is going to help in targeted advertising and recommendation system. So this is how they use the data analytics. Then they are having an email marketing strategy. You must be receiving various emails from Amazon, so they send you personalized emails like product recommendations for you or order reminders for you, alerts. This is based on user behavior. So if I have added something in wish list and I have not ordered it, I'll get an email saying that you had added this to wish list. Only these many pieces are remaining. Please order fast. The price is going to increase. Or if the price is decreasing, we get an email saying that the prices are now low. You can now order. Or if any product is out of stock, they email us whenever the product is in stock. So this is how the email marketing strategy is used by Amazon. Role of personalization in Amazon success. So personalization, but obviously increases the customer satisfaction. If someone is going to email me saying, "Dear Kalyani, I feel that it is for me. It is specifically drafted for me." Now try to understand. They are not going to type every time. This is automation. But still, I feel connected with it. Why? Because there is some kind of personalization. So the customer satisfaction and the repeat purchases are going to increase with your personalization. So it is going to create a customized shopping experience for every user. Try to understand, the more personalization they are going to add, the more satisfied the customer is, and but obviously the purchases are going to repeat, the transactions which the person is going to make are going to increase. But yes, there are few challenges in Amazon's digital marketing. But obviously, one of the challenges is data privacy, because data privacy concerns over personalization. Sometimes it leads into discomfort also. People don't like it. So over personalization, it can lead to customer discomfort, and Amazon is required to balance personalization with ethical data use. That is the challenge. And yes, but obviously, Amazon, if they balance personalization with ethical data use, the mode which they are following, the mechanism which they are following is really working for them. So this is about the Amazon's case study. I've tried to take the case studies from our day-to-day life only, so you can relate with it. You can understand uh, more comfortable manner is what I can say. Okay, so this is about Amazon. I hope you have understood what case we have discussed. Moving to the third one, that is the Nike case study, social media influencer marketing. Just go through the background and the discussion questions. So Nike, it is using the social media platforms and influencers to promote their brand identity, focusing on storytelling and emotional branding. So social media for brand building. So Nike is generally using Instagram, YouTube to share inspirational stories and the athlete journeys, reinforcing their brand philosophy. They are having influencer marketing, so they are collaborating with various athletes, celebrities who align with their brand value. But obviously, they are going to ensure authenticity in that. Now, what is the role of storytelling? Storytelling helps Nike emotionally connect with the consumers, and they are differentiating themselves from the competitors because of this emotional connect, which is getting created because of storytelling. Any suggestions? So Nike, they can increase user-generated content and interactive campaigns to enhance the engagement is one of the suggestions is what we can give. So this is about Nike. Everyone must have seen these ads of Nike, their videos, which are really very connecting to us. Emotionally connecting is what generally we term it as. So this is about Nike. Moving to the next, that is your Netflix, everyone's favorite. So Netflix, it is content and performance marketing. So Netflix, it is using content marketing, paid advertising, analytics to promote their shows and to retain the subscribers. Now these questions we are going to discuss is both of these questions. Just recall what we have discussed and the answers which you have for these questions. Then we'll discuss the answers for these questions. So what is the Netflix content marketing strategy? So they create trailers, they create memes, and the behind the scenes content also, which is tailored to regional audiences, which help to retain the subscribers. Then how they use the analytics for marketing decision. So they track the viewing behavior to decide the promotion, recommendation, and content investment. So whatever you watch, someone is watching you is in a very easy language I can say. So they are tracking the behavior, and from that behavior they decide the promotions, recommendations, and the content investment. What is their retention strategy? So personalized recommendations and continuous content update. It helps to retain the subscriber. If any challenges, so there is high competition and content saturation. It requires continuous innovation. This is one of the biggest challenges because as you all know, there are many players in the market. So, but obviously they are required to have continuous innovation, then and only then they can retain their subscribers. Now coming to the last case study. So last case study is about Airbnb, digital trust building. Just go through the background and the discussion questions. So they operate in the sharing economy and relies heavily on digital trust, reviews, SEO, and content marketing. If anyone of you have availed the services of Airbnb, you will definitely relate to this. So how they build trust through the digital marketing. So first and foremost, they use the verified profiles. There is transparent pricing and reviews to build credibility. Whenever we are availing any service, what we do, we go to the reviews. If these reviews are really helpful, you get good response. So reviews, they build credibility, verified profiles, transparent pricing, it builds credibility. So what is the role of the review? So user generated reviews act as social proof and influence booking decisions. So if I see that okay, this Airbnb has very good rating, good reviews, people are talking about the cleanliness, about the management, about the staff, that their service is really very good, my booking decision is going to be in their favor. So user generated reviews, they act as a social proof and they influence the booking decisions. Then what is the SEO strategy? So Airbnb ranks well on search engines by optimizing destination based keywords and content. So they have developed it in such a manner that on search engines they rank pretty on the top, which helps them, but obviously, and for any suggestions, Airbnb, they can enhance personalization and they can expand video based content is what we feel that if more improvement is required, so they can enhance personalization and they can definitely expand video based content. So these were 5 case studies from our day-to-day life only, on which every case study 4 questions we discussed. 4 questions in every case study was about the suggestions, if there are any suggestions. But we have tried our level best to have different modes and different mechanisms in our case studies to understand the practical scenario, what is happening around us and how it is happening. Now, as we have discussed the overview, I want you to answer few questions. Very easy questions, true or false questions is what I generally term it as. That if you have understood the basic overview, you can definitely answer these questions. So I'll show you the statements and you are required to just think the answer and the logic behind that answer, whether it is true or false, and why do you feel the statement is true or false. The first statement, it is SEO is dead because of AI search engines. Do you think this statement is true or this statement is false? SEO is dead because of AI search engine. Now, this is kind of test which we are taking, that whether you have understood the overview. If you have understood the overview, you can answer these questions. We are saying that your SEO is dead. Why? Because of various AI search engines which are now available. So this statement is absolutely false. The reason is that SEO is evolving into generative engine optimization. GEO is what we generally term it as. Being the source for AI is now reviewed. This statement is false. It is not dead because of AI search engine. Second statement, it says email marketing has the healthiest ROI of any channel. Do you think so? for various kinds of marketing. Email marketing, they are saying heavy ROI of any channel. The answer is email marketing. For every amount which is spent on email marketing, roughly going to give you on average email marketing ROI of any channel. Now, the statement is we need a profile on every social media platform to succeed. If we want to succeed, we need a profile on every social media platform. Do you think this is right or this is wrong? That if I want to advertise my product, I should be on every social media platform and I'm going to advertise on every social media platform. For our discussion, we said it depends. It depends. Like we discussed for B2B, C2C, platform is good. This statement is a false statement because success is going to come wherever our audience is, we should be present. We should not be present everywhere. It is not going to help us. We should understand our audience and according to the audience, we are going to decide platform or platform. But obviously, we will come from focus. Wherever our audience is, we should be present. We should not be present everywhere. Then the fourth statement is Google uses mobile friendliness as a top ranking factor. Imagine Google is then mobile friendliness as a top ranking factor is what the statement is saying. Do you think this is true or a false statement? I know that this is a very technical statement. Uh, Try to understand we live in a mobile first industry world. Your site fails on mobile, it is going to fail in search. Statement that is mobile friendliness is a top ranking. Last statement from this specific slide is high website traffic always leads to high sales. Is it? The more people are visiting your website, the more sales are going to happen. That we need high traffic and it is going to lead high sales. The answer is no, this is false because traffic is a vanity metric, quality or intent and the conversion. People are visiting your website but they are not converting them into orders. So that is not helpful. So quality or intent and conversion optimization, CRO is what we term it as. They are what pay the bills. So, but obviously this is not false. This is not true. This is a false statement that high website traffic it always leads to high sales. Let us move to the next statements. Next statement is negative reviews will always have read negative reviews. They are saying that negative reviews always will destroy your brand. Destroy is what they are using. I think so. That if there are negative reviews, now nothing can be done for your brand. So this is false. Why? Because if you respond professionally, see, there are one-star reviews also given. If you respond professionally to a one-star review also, it is going to build trust and it is going to show that care for your customers. After sales service is also that important, that which is before sales whenever you are marketing. So if you are responding professionally to even a one-star review, it is going to create in the consumer's mind that yes, this brand is caring their customers. So they are going to build ultimate trust. It is not always that negative reviews are going to destroy your brand. Then comes digital marketing is only for big businesses with big budgets. Small businesses with small budgets cannot opt for digital marketing. You also think so. My opinion is the statement is false. Because digital, it is a level playing field. Small businesses, they can target local audiences for just a cost of a coffee. One coffee's cost is sufficient for a very small kind of advertisement or any mode which we are using. Small businesses, they generally target local audience for the cost of a profit. It is not so that digital marketing is only for big businesses and big budget. Small businesses and small budgets can also have digital marketing. Then influencer marketing is just for Gen Z and teenagers like you. Whether this is right, that influencer marketing. See, now there can be both the opinions for this. We cannot say this statement is true or this statement is false. Technically, it is false if we see why, because used with Gen Z, older demographics also follow. Expert influencers on LinkedIn, YouTube, they are also explaining about the product. Technically, this is false that influencer marketing is only for Gen Z and the teenagers. It is not. Then comes long form content, that is 1,000+ words, still ranks better on Google. Do you think so? Long form content, more than 1,000 words, still ranks better on Google. So the answer is true. Why? Because Google prioritizes experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. So EEAT is the mechanism which Google is prioritizing: experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness, which often needs depth. For this depth, it is going to be a long form content and it still ranks better on Google. Last statement is you can set and forget a digital marketing campaign. Do you think so? You can just set and forget a digital marketing campaign. False digital marketing, it is iterative. You must test, you must analyze, you must optimize weekly to stay ahead. It is not so that once given, it is going to work. But we need to analyze it, we need to test it, and we need to optimize it weekly so that we can stay ahead. So this was the entire overview of our syllabus and the entire subject is what you can say. We discussed few case studies, we discussed few statements as true and false statements on the basis of the overview. Now, in the next part of the video, we are going to start with your chapter 1 where you'll understand all the points, the details of chapter 1. This was just the overview, the part 1 of chapter 1 is what you can say. Part 1, we have tried to cover the overview. Now, moving to part 2 of this video, in which we'll be studying about your chapter 1. I hope you enjoyed this session. We'll be definitely enjoying all other sessions for the entire syllabus. So, see you in part 2 of this video. Thank you.